channel for another reaction. We are back at it again with Sleep Token. Now, they've been coming out with some fairly newly released singles lately, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm pretty sure they're coming out with a new album, and only time will tell if that's true or not. But I know they've been teasing it for a while. They've been doing some cryptic stuff on their website and on their social medias and stuff like that. So I'm not typically, caught up with them on that aspect, but I do know they're coming out with some stuff pretty new, pretty soon. So I'm gonna have to be super excited for that. As among of you other Sleep Token fans are probably excited for that as well. But we got some new singles, ladies and gentlemen. Now, like I said, these guys have come a long way, fairly new in the scene rather. They haven't been in the lifespan of amongst all these other mainstream bands for not that long. So, but they've been growing the popularity ladder faster and faster year after year, and they just become one of the most popular and most influential bands, I would say, in the modern metal scene, ladies and gentlemen, because they bring out some interesting stuff. Not gonna lie, they have some, a unique style to them. They have, lots of bits and pieces of different types of genres in the music scene as well, but they craft it to mold it in their own style, their own unique sound, I would say. But it's not typically my favorite I would go out and listen to, but I do appreciate the art style. I do appreciate the creativity that it goes into creating these guys and these band rather when they create these songs, and just with the imagery and just with the mysterious vibe that these guys definitely bring out. So it makes you wonder, it makes you think about what they're gonna come out next, because you never know what they're gonna come out with, because they have, every song is unique in its own way. You never know what new twists, what new genre, what new elements they might bring into the table with this next one. So we're just gonna have to wait and see, ladies and gentlemen. I do not know what to expect from these guys. The last one was a bit, it's a bit subtle for my taste. It wasn't really as heavy as what I was anticipating from these guys that they normally do from when I normally listen to them. So I do know they bring the gents, they do bring the down-tuned tones, but it was missing that. It wasn't, typically my type of favorite song from them. But to each their own. Some of you might love that one, some of you might hate that one. Who knows? But this one, who knows what this one might have to bring. But I do love their deep tones. I do love their grittiness, their hardcoreness that these guys can do when they go into the deep route. So hopefully we get some of that here on this one as well. But they definitely love the jazzy bits, though. They definitely love bringing in the jazzy, the smooth tones, the sweet little saxophone action in there that they sometimes sneak in at the end of their tracks there. But who knows? We might get some Frank Sinatra action in here. Who knows? We have to wait and see. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe. I'll appreciate it, and to really help me out. And if you like Sleep Token as well, be sure to leave a like on this video as well. And if you're new here, thank you for stopping by, checking out some monsters with us, because we're just getting started on these heavy bangers. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. I'm hyped, I'm excited to Sleep Token's newest release track titled Caramel. Little subtle xylophone action.
Count me out like sirens, payback for the good times. Right foot in the roses, left foot on a landmine. I'm not gonna be there, tripping on the grapevine. They can sing the words while I cry into the baseline. Wear me out like Prada, devil in my details.
Oh, okay. That Latin pop vibe even there as well. Man, these guys are going genres across the board, it seems like. Oh, very poppy though. Gonna have that like a little Imagine Dragons kind of vibe to it. Hey, like I said, never know what these guys might bring, man. Bag of tricks these guys are. Guy has control with his voice there. harmonies. Woo! Those instrumentals. Has that very open style chorus though. I like it. Kind of sounds like a little ballad almost, a little metal ballad. Not gonna lie, I'm not gonna say it's one of my favorite ones from these guys, but well, the creativity is there, I will admit that. Very choir, very like anthem inspired though. Very chanty. You can definitely see this in like a, theatrical performance. Oh! Oh, here's the deep tones. Oh, yeah. Oh! The double bass. The screams. Oh, there it is! Oh, the blast beats! Oh man! What was that little bit? I'll take what I'm given, the deepest intentions. Guys. I thought I got better, but maybe I didn't. Oh man, well, okay. Okay, we got a little bit of blast speech and death metal action there at the end there. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. See, like I said, these guys are a mixed bag. They definitely are a bag of tricks. They definitely have, tricks up their sleeve. You never know what they're gonna come out with on the next track here. Because we kind of had like a little weird, like alternative, kind of like intro here with the xylophones and a little poppy action in there. And we went to like a little Latin pop beat rhythm action in there as well. Which, like I said, never heard anything like that before, especially from a metal band, I would say. But it has that kind of like cultural element. Then we came back in with like the poppy, more like a little Imagine Dragons type feel with his the choruses and with the beats and the drums playing behind him. And then when it's like this anthem inspiring chorus, man, not gonna lie, I kind of like that. It makes you feel wholesome. It makes you feel good inside when it just brings the crowd together. The crowd, the energy, the choir, just singing them behind them. It just feels so powerful. I like that, man. Out of nowhere, man. Blast Beat Central, doomy vibe, down tune with action. The gents came back one time again, just out of nowhere, man. Just brought a whole nother, wave of energy, a whole nother subsection of the song there. I felt like just completely, just took it from a whole nother song. It felt like, but the blast beats, the dooms, the double bass, man. Like I said, just the screams, even the death metal screams. Sounded so good though as well, combining with the orchestral elements in there as well. But see, they can do it, man. They can definitely do it. They just love to tease it. They just love to slip it in there when they feel the need is right in there. So I felt like they don't really do that nowadays. Because I know back in the day, when I first listened to them, when I first, my very first reactions on them, they kind of did the gent thing a little bit more. They kind of did the down tune chugs, the 7-string type, rhythm action. They kind of did that a little bit more from back in the day, from what I remember. But now they're going on this more like poppy alternative kind of like metalcore route. I don't know what you want to call it, but you know, it is very different. I can definitely see why people love them. They definitely have that imagery. They definitely have that stuff to them, that unique style that people might be craving from all these metal bands, because they see, because you can argue that all these metal bands or mainstream bands kind of sound the same. They all doing that same type of theme, the same type of sound. But then they got these guys here where they're bringing elements from all across the globe, man. Cultural, whatever you want to listen to is just in this one band. You know, when you're craving something, they definitely have a song for that, I would say. But either way, man, would definitely like them. Like I said, uniqueness aside, they definitely have that image to them that no one else can replicate, I would say. With songs aside, they definitely have that image. They definitely have that imagery, that it's a very unique style to them. You know, you can argue that bands have done the mask thing in the past, but you know, the way they're doing it, I feel like, with the images, with the symbols, with the lyrics, it seems like they're doing it in a very unique way. You know, just a lot of the imagery and a lot of the, you know, the visuals they're portraying. I feel like it reminds me a little bit of, you know, Destiny and the, you know, Elden Ring kind of vibes. You know, if you're gamers, you would know what I'm saying. You definitely see some replication on the imagery and, like, you know, the characters that you see in some of these videos. So who knows? Maybe my boys are gamers here and they're just trying to show it out in their music here as well. But either way, but overall, very interesting, very unique, and so very compared different from the last one we reacted to. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably not gonna go out of my way to listen to this one on my own time. But you know, it's a borderline on the teetering on the line of too, you know, weird. It's too out there for me, so it's technically not my type of sound, not type of vibe. But it's okay. It's okay if you guys like it. All power to you, but we're just gonna have to wait and see what new stuff these guys have to bring and what that new album has to bring in the near future. So if you guys have any more news on that, be sure to let me know down in the comments as well, and be sure to hit that subscribe button, especially new here, because we're gonna bang on channel. You don't want to miss out on a single one. I guarantee that. And I'll see you guys in the next one.